Hey, what's going on, guys? Another knife I want to do a review on for you. This is the SOG Vulcan. This one happens to be the Mini or Vulcan 2. Basically, this is the smaller version. This has the 3-inch blade on it, whereas the larger Vulcan has a 3.5-inch blade. Okay, so something to keep in mind. As far as specs, yeah, 3-inch. We got a VG-10. This is a laminated VG-10. Which we'll talk about in a minute what that means for people who don't know. The Rockwell on this is 59 to 60. It's 0.13 inches thick on that stock there. We have a FRN handle here, 4.35 inches long. This knife is stainless steel lined, and it is not skeletonized at all. So you have full straight stainless steel liners on here. All right, 7.35 inches overall and 3.4 ounces. All right, this knife does use an arc lock, which if you're not familiar with, it's basically another version of the axis lock. Okay, so in the open position, it is upright. You can access it from the front or the back, okay, by pulling down on it. It does come, it sweeps on, a curvature, but again, works the same way. You're basically moving this out of the way of the blade so it can be closed, okay? You can flick this open with the ambidextrous thumb studs. All right, very nice. There is a flipper on the back. I have a problem with this flipper. It's just, I don't know if it's because of the angle, because it's too small, but no matter what, if I don't give any kind of wrist action on this, I cannot get it to flip open completely. Okay, I've tried 1,000 times. I don't know what it is. I mean, it doesn't matter how hard or how soft I hit that thing. I got to give it a little bit of a wrist, in order to get it all the way out. I happen to just use the thumb studs with this, okay, because I like flicking my knives out. It's fun, you know what I mean? But if you want to use that flipper, make sure you give it a little bit of oomph in order to be able to get it out all the way. All right, maybe in the reverse grip it's easier. You pull back with that middle finger, all right, and then just flip it up. But anyway, I don't know. Just one of those things I noticed. It was kind of annoying is I couldn't get that to flip out with just the flipper in like a stationary position. But that really doesn't make all that much difference. You can see our hardware. This is such a small detail. I always mention this because I like it a lot. It's what I consider a presentation side hardware. All right, so presentation side meaning that the backs, not the heads of the screws, but the backs are showing from a right-handed perspective. Okay, flip it over. That's how you get access all those screw heads if you want to take it apart. You can take this fully apart. Something that I don't like about this knife, by design, it's very ergonomic, okay? When you put it in your hand, it feels great until you start using it. When you start using it, you feel a huge, huge hot spot right there. And it's to no surprise because all we have is this exposed stainless steel, the liners. I don't like the way it looks. Like, visually, it does nothing for me. I hate this portion of the knife. I wish they just extended those scales out and did something else with the logo. SOG is very known for reminding you that you have a SOG. They put it all over the knife. I mean, it's on the blade here. Special Operations Group. That's what it stands for. But just in case you forgot while you're looking at your handle, bam, there it is again. I mean, they're just known for that. They put, a lot of times, sometimes on the texturing or on the blade, it says it all over the place. Yeah, SOG's funny like that, but it's okay. We still like them. But that is a problem. That exposed stainless steel here, when you're really using this knife, it digs into the pinky. I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way it feels. I'd like this knife a heck of a lot more if that scale went completely over those and those weren't exposed liners. But anyway, the blade. Let's talk about this blade a little bit here. Very interesting design here. This is a hollow ground modified Tanto. So we have like a Tanto blade, but we got a lot of belly here, okay? Also being laminated VG-10, it's a great performing blade, okay? While EDCing this and using it, it slices very well. It's very acute point because of that Tanto, tip on here. The grinds are good. It's just weird. It's just weird. I don't like it. Because it's a Tanto, as I'm coming down here, it almost looks like it's just a mistake. Yeah, again, lots of belly, a little bit of a recurve. All right, so it slices great, especially when you're starting out here and you're slicing down into your medium. I mean, it just grabs and bites and heck of a slicer, but I don't like the way it looks. It's just that simple. I don't have to like it. You know what I mean? You may like it. I don't. It's just not my thing. But what you can see here is there's like this, it almost looks like a Hamon line. Okay, this line that comes down and across here. that is basically where the top layer of the laminated steel ends, and our exposed edge is our actual VG-10. Now this is a laminated Sanmai VG-10, and what that means is there's 3 pieces of steel that are all stuck together. The 2 outside slices of steel, let's call it, are usually like a 420J or something, some kind of a soft stainless steel, and then the middle layer, okay, kind of like the cream in an Oreo, that's your actual VG-10. Now, why would you do something like this? Well, it actually makes it about 25% stronger by laminating it and putting a piece of VG-10 in the middle, okay, because basically, once this is ground down and sharpened, the only thing that's exposed, our actual cutting edge, is not that stainless steel on the sides, it's the VG-10, as you can see, it's poking out. Okay, so imagine if you had an Oreo cookie, right, and you kind of ate the corners off the cookie part, the cream would be exposed. Okay, that's what we want. We want that hard, good performing VG-10, but having these softer stainless steel sides on either side of it, it just adds the strength. It's more complicated than it needs to be, but it is stronger. A laminated VG-10 is stronger than a straight up just ground piece of VG-10. So some people prefer it. As far as performance, it's been just as good as any old VG-10 because that's all I'm using. I don't notice particularly an extra strong, blade, but I'm not using this in a vigorous fashion. If you're really beating the heck out of this, you definitely want the laminated version over the standard VG-10. However, if you're just EDCing it, shouldn't really be an issue either way. But performance is top notch, definitely top notch. It's just, for me, the knife fell short in its comfort. This is a big deal. If I can't comfortably grab my knife hard and really use it, I'm going to tend to leave it in the drawer. You know what I mean? I'm not going to want to keep carrying it. As far as the looks, again, if that wasn't there on the handle, I think it's a pretty good looking blade. The actual blade style throws me off a little bit. I don't like the way that looks, but overall, it's a good looking blade. The FRN handles have a very good texturing on it, this little wavy looking texture. It does facilitate a good amount of grip. There is a little bit of a thumb ramp here and very aggressive jimping. It's such a small little run of it. And you think like, what's that going to do? Your thumb really locks in there. Okay, I do like that a lot. As far as the pocket clip, one of the best pocket clips out there. I love it. It's a low riding clip. It's very large. The tension on it is also very good. This little cutout here does nothing for me. In fact, I don't really like that either. But as far as functionality, awesome clip. Having a nice, large, wide clip. Okay, even though there's texturing under here, it's not too aggressive, but having a little bit less tension, it's not like super stiff and super hard to move. It's just really easy to get in and out of the pocket and holds very nice in the pocket. Okay, so I'm a big fan of the pocket clip here, big fan of the performance on the steel, just not a huge fan of some of the details on this one. Now price. The cheapest you're gonna find this thing, I found it on Amazon for like $81 from one seller or retailer. There's a bunch of them on Amazon, but a lot of them are in like the $90 range, $95 and up. And if you look at some of the dealers, even the great reputable dealers with good prices, you're looking at over $100 for this knife, $110, $120 in that price range. So for that amount of money, not for me. It's a very cool knife. It has its drawbacks and stuff, but I mean, when you get into that price bracket, in my opinion, there's a lot of knives out there, but it really comes down to personal preference. As far as performance, is it worth $100 for its performance? Yes, it is absolutely worth every penny of $100 for its actual performance. If you like the way it looks, go for it. You're going to be very happy with how it works. You know what I mean? As long as you're not doing extensive cut. If you're cutting for 10, 20 minutes at a time, like vigorous cutting, I wouldn't recommend it again because of the discomfort you're going to get in your pinky from this. That's just such a huge turnoff for this particular knife. If that wasn't there, I'd recommend it way more. But the performance is there. It's just for me, little things here and there, just it shies me away from this particular design and off to other knives that are out there in the market. But if you're a SOG fan, it's a good performing knife. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be dissatisfied in its performance. You just might be dissatisfied in its comfort. So yeah, that's been my experience with this. It's a kind of a love-hate relationship. I love it. I want to keep using it. I put it away to try other knives for EDC, but then I kind of go back to it because it does have a great performing blade style, even though I don't like the way it looks. It does slice pretty damn good, and it's extra pokey, as some people say. So when you're digging into your cardboard boxes to get that initial cut, because when you first open a box, you don't just use the side of the blade and start splitting it. You pierce the box, and then you slide it across the cut, right? And that very fine Tanto point excels at that. So yeah, definitely a love-hate relationship with this one. But if you guys like it, go ahead and check it out. If you already have this one, let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you have the large one or the small one, and you know, how long you've had it. And I'm just interested in seeing how many people have EDC this particular model for a long duration of time. Let me know if you have that same issue with the pinky, you know, getting some fatigue in there. That's all. That's my opinions on the SOG Vulcan Mini. I'd love to hear your feedback on it, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.